Hi, Tim Span here from the Unstructured Data Meetup in New York, also in Princeton. You can meet in any other place there. If you have a location or if you'd want to speak or just come out to our Unstructured Meetup and sign up. If you're closer to San Francisco or the Bay Area or Berlin, we've got meetups there. We've got meetups in China. More are coming. Definitely reach out. You can look at our different groups here. And if you've got your own meetup and you want me to talk there or someone else from Milvis, or you want to collaborate, definitely reach out. Always looking to do cool stuff. So definitely join me there. If you can't be near those areas or you don't want to go outside, yeah, right here it's really hot. I could see that. Everything will be in our YouTube channel, and we got that linked all over the place. But let's look at today's example. As mentioned in this article, if you haven't seen the article yet, this is the video for that. I'm going to embed that in there. Nice thing with Medium, I can update these things. Try not to update them all the time without putting a major thing here, but I'm just going to drop this video in there if it looks okay. If it doesn't look okay, then you're not even seeing this, so don't worry about it. And maybe this is retcon that didn't even happen. Okay, so we have this use case where we're looking at JSON, or we're ingesting some open data from New York City, and we're going to insert that into Milvis. And this is where we're going to do it. We'll do it in default database and in this New York City collection. As you can see, I've already put 10,000 rows of vectors in there. And you can see we've got an ID, which is an int64, our vector, float vector 384, and I've got a JSON field. And that's really why we're here. And the JSON fields are really cool. Lets you put in data that's relevant to your vector. So when you're deciding, do I put things in a relational database? Do I put things in a vector database? You put things in a vector database when it's a vector, when it needs to be searched for RAG and image search, and it's unstructured data and you need to be fast. Milvis was designed to be super fast for doing this. It's not a bolt-on or add-on. It's not designed to do something else. But what's nice is you can have metadata with it, and it can be something like regular fields, but it can also be JSON, which is very cool. And that's what we're looking at today. And what's nice about that is that can be part of how you filter your data when you're doing a search. So if we look here in our filter expression, I'm looking at this field in the JSON to see if it has one of these three values. And then we can run it and we get back our results. And we could do that same thing in a notebook. Now, I recommend you disconnect and reconnect to Milvis whenever you're doing this. Make sure everything's clean, and in case you've timed out somewhere, always nice to get a fresh look here. So we've connected to my small Docker cluster that's sitting on a machine slightly out of reach, just like my cats are running out of my hands reach. Now we can run this locally. If you've got Pi Milvis in the later versions, you can run it in a local database. So you don't need a cluster. You don't need to install extra stuff. This is a game changer. Really awesome. Lets you run really light, local, especially good for those of us maybe writing some code on the subway, just trying to get some stuff done, don't have a network, and don't need it. Running local. Very nice, and don't need to run Docker and all this heavyweight stuff. So I'm going to use a local sentence transformer, the old mini LM L6. And this is just for the search, just show you how we do a search of the data. I'll show you how we insert it in a second. So I put in example record. I could load a new one. I could get a sampling. There's a lot of ideas you could do there. Set my parameters, get this vectorized, do the search, and here's where that filter is. And you saw that filter in Atu right here. A little easier to do that than in a notebook, but you get the idea. You can move these over and show the fields you want. Usually good to get the ID, and then you can see here we're getting the JSON. I'm only showing 20, and if you look here, there's that whole thing of whole JSON record, And we're getting all those out there with all the vectors. So we can see all the fields, street name, off street, person's injured. Hopefully not too many people injured. Try to stay safe out there, people. So there's one example, and you could see it in the notebook. Then we'll do another one where we're also looking at another field, and we could try that in our GUI as well. So just keep it to Manhattan, which I like that. That's where we do the meetups. If you've got a place in Brooklyn, we could do that too, but don't always get to come to Brooklyn. But we can. Let's do that. Let's see if we got any. Oh, all these work. Well, yeah, Bleecker Street. If you MacDougal. Oh, all 7th Ave. All kind of downtown. Interesting. I don't know. We might be doing a meetup. We're a little further north of that, so we're probably in the safer part of New York. I don't know. Oh, and here we can also add another one. We could take a look at street name. And this one I'm doing because I want to find a particular place. Now, it depends on if we happen to have the data. But yeah, so when the street name, we're going to do like, we could do in, we could do exact match. Let's do like. Give us, in case I spelled that wrong, or maybe there's some variations. Oh, none right now. Now we can, didn't get that one. Maybe we got no 11th Ave. Maybe we could do Ave. Let's see if there's, maybe there's not any right now. Depends on when we ran this time of day. Yeah, we could probably get another set of data. Not too many records. I got to load some more records, which maybe we'll do that next. Depends on what's going on. But, there's some out there. We could find some. But let's load some more data again. Refresh this stuff. I just exploring the REST endpoint from the city of New York. See what it looks like. And there's a bunch of fields. What I like here is the Latin long. That is really nice because what I'll do in a future talk is put this on a map, on an OpenStreetMap. Great open source project. And we can figure out other data that goes in there, then pull our street cam images and other images out of our Milvus, as well as vectorized descriptions of what's going on. So I like this kind of data. As we saw before, we use the same one. So when we're doing the search, so we're grabbing the data. I'm grabbing 10,000 rows. They'll let us grab 1 million. That's a lot of data for my little test here, but I'll try that later. We could sort billions if we need to, but probably shouldn't do that in Docker. Run it in a real Kubernetes cluster. Shouldn't do this on a laptop. Probably should put this in some industrialized code. Use a solid library out there like LangChain or Llama Index, something like that. Or you could do it a little different. Use something from my friends over at Apache NiFi, but that's too much for now. So we're building the schema, and we saw the schema in there. Oh, I didn't connect? Really? Remember what I said? You got to make sure you reconnect. Did we run the connect? Oh, we skipped that. Don't skip a step. Remember I said do it in order? That's what happens when you don't. So we create that schema, but as you see, we've already created this guy. It has got everything we need in it. And we've got our data here. Really nice. This is what we're doing for the insert. I know it might be a little small. I probably should make this bigger. Let's see how much bigger we can get it so you can see it. And I should. So, we don't need all that. Yeah, you can see. So I'm grabbing the JSON, just iterating through it. Now what I'm doing is creating a field for location based on a couple of fields. And I'm creating a text description of the accident with details. Now this is where we could start to make decisions on, do I do lookups against other data sources? Maybe grab local, I have a street, grab a street cam that's connect close to that based on lat long or street name. Maybe call, ChatGPT or Olama, or tons of different ways for me to connect to different models that maybe can create a nice summary article here. Clean up my article a little bit and make this a little longer. And then here we vectorize that. And we're going to put this all in one big JSON with the ID, as you saw there, the vector. And then here's that crash JSON with all the fields. And I also put those details in as text in here. So we have it all together. In case I want to pull that out, push that to Kafka. And then we run that. As you can see, big vectors. We show a couple of those. And that's all it takes to insert it in there. And then we have it for our results there, which is nice. And we get all the data out of here, different streets, what have you. And we could change this to be, oh, we just delete that. How about that? And just get a couple of records back. We could also add more fields. We could change a lot of the parameters, get things back, make things further away from this example vector, or we can vectorize our own stuff. This is just good for exploring. I do like it better in the notebook where we can play around with a lot of the filters, find our data. Nice way to do that here. But I do like I mentioned, is adding the extra data, sending data to other places as well, whether that's Kafka or wherever. If you want to discuss more, if you have your own ideas, come out to the meetup. Join us on YouTube. Read the article. Open a ticket here, and give me an issue. Something wrong here, or do a pull request. Add some code here. This is just, I dumped all those notebooks, and I exported a little data here. If you got more ideas for my GitHub, let me know. Thanks for looking at this quick video. Hopefully it helps.